Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everyday Living with Simply Mercy B. Today, we're in the kitchen and we're going to be making an old fashioned spice cake. And we're going to be using a cookbook from 1966. That's about 60 years old. So, this recipe that we're going to make today is more than 60 years old because it made the cookbook in 1966. So I'm going to go ahead and take you through the process. And when we come back, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about this cake from 1966. Okay, let's go ahead and get started.
I've been thinking about you. I'm waiting for it all to come true. I'm longing to hear you say, you know that I miss us. I wanna be the one that you trust. 'Cause you have stole my heart away. There can be no other. Baby, I don't even bother. Whatever they have to say, my heart's already chose you. It's so scary thinking I can lose you, that you will turn and walk away. Maybe I win, maybe I lose, but nevertheless I'm in love with you. So what can I do? What can I do?
I have all of my dry ingredients measured and whisked together. The last thing I'm going to do is measure off a half a cup of molasses. And then we are ready to make our old fashioned spice cake. We're going to start by adding our vegetable shortening. And I'm using butter flavored vegetable shortening because this is what I had on hand. I'm going to let this cream together for about 2 minutes. Then I'm going to gradually add the sugar. So while our sugar and shortening is creaming together, I'm going to go ahead and spray my bundt pan with some Pam baking spray. And I'm going to set this into the freezer. And that's going to help my spray set to keep my cake from sticking. That's another little trick that I have learned along the way. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I see it works much better with my smaller bundt pans. So you might want to give this little trick a try. Stop your mixer and give everything a good scrape down. Because as you can see, some of the sugar is clumping to the bottom of the bowl. And we want to make sure everything is well incorporated before we start to add our eggs. So now we're going to add our eggs. And we're going to add those one at a time. And we're going to beat well after each. Once again, I have scraped down my bowl. Now we're going to add our molasses in. We're going to get this mixed in, and then we're going to be on the home stretch. We have our molasses well incorporated, and now we're going to add our final two ingredients. Guys, I certainly wish you can smell this cake. It just screams fall. With all those fall spices that I have in there, it is such an amazing experience. These are our final two ingredients, our flour and our milk. And we're going to alternate these two. We're going to start with flour and we're going to end with flour. Okay guys, you want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Our cake is coming along quite nicely. And according to the recipe, and I'm strictly following the recipe. According to the recipe, it does not cause for any type extracts, no flavor at all. So I think the molasses and all the spices that are in there is going to carry this cake through. I'm going to give my cake one last scrape down to make sure everything is pulled from the bottom and everything is incorporated very well. Our cake is complete and our batter is silky smooth. So we're going to go ahead and place this into our bundt pan and then get it into our 350 degrees oven. And this is going to bake for about 1 hour or until your toothpick come out clean. Remember, you have to always know your oven. My cake baked for 50 minutes. Now I'm going to let it sit for about 10 minutes and then we're going to flip it. So before I flip my cake, I'm just going to use this cake spatula to run around the edges to make sure that it's not sticking. And then we're going to flip our cake. Once I flip my cake, I'm going to go ahead and wrap my cake in some plastic wrap because it is late at night and we're going to continue on with our cake the next day. Because I had chosen to make a light little icing to go on top of the cake. And we will complete this cake tomorrow. Okay, guys, it's the next day, and I made a cream cheese icing to go on top of my cake. And I think it would pair very well with this spice cake. So I'm just going to put this into a piping bag, and then we're just going to pipe some nice little lines on top of our cake. This is my cake I made last night. And like I said, I've wrapped it in plastic wrap, and I like to use press and seal. And it still looks amazing as it did when I first flipped it over last night. It's going to take a close up on it. Same cake, okay? And we're going to get ready to pipe some lines on it, and then we're going to tell you our experience with this cake. Stay tuned.
Your heart, keep it in your pocket for safekeeping. Don't ever let nobody be the reason you throw it out, you stop caring about it. Don't let your head get in the way, can't be defined by your mistakes. You know you try and you try really hard, but sometimes you fall, yeah, sometimes you fall. Be careful with my heart, oh. Say I'm not sensitive, but I can sense if it's right for me. Don't let your head get in the way, can't be defined by your mistakes. You know you try and you try really hard, but sometimes you fall, yeah, sometimes you fall.
So what did you think? So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. It has been several days actually since I made this cake. And now we're going to go ahead and give you my opinion of the cake from 1960s. Okay, and it's coming from this cookbook. And I'm going to tell you what I think about this cake. The cake flavor is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love the flavor. But the texture of it, it's a little bit dry for my taste. And this is just my opinion of the cake. And I'm going to tell you what I would do differently when I make this cake, because I would definitely make it again. However, it's just a little bit too dry. Let me go ahead and and cut a piece and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to cut this cake. And everybody have different palates. So this is just Mercy's opinion. And to me, it's a bit dry. But it makes the perfect coffee cake. It pairs very well with coffee. Now, in my opinion, I'm looking at the recipe, and the one thing that I know I would change is the fat. The fat that is in this recipe. I absolutely think that it needs more fat to make it more moist. So the one thing that I would change in this recipe is to add a fourth of a cup of oil or some butter. But I would add a fourth of a cup of oil. Since we use shortening in this recipe, I would add a fourth of a cup of shortening just to add a little bit more moisture to this cake. But the cake is absolutely amazing. The flavor is very good, and I would definitely make it again. I'm just giving you my honest opinion about it. Some might absolutely like this texture of cake, and that is fine. It's just me. I like a more moist cake. So I'm going to try this cake again in the future, and I will add a fourth of a cup of oil to this cake. Okay? With that being said, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you found it to be informative, and I gave my honest opinion on it. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Bye.